Hello guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I will be talking about the new Pokémon Presents, and in this video I will be starting by talking about Legends ZA, where the trailer has finally dropped. The two starting characters have been shown here, and as we can see from the architecture of Lumio City, it is not set as a prequel such as Legends Arceus. This seems to be a sequel to the Kalos region's original games, which were X and Y, and it seems to be focused more about Lumio City, so I don't think we're going to be getting areas of the Kalos region. However, wild Pokemon will be throughout the city to catch, and I personally think that they could have not done a better job in picking the starters for this generation. It is very likely that these starters will be receiving Mega Forms, and these three starters really deserved it. Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile, which I expect I will be picking. The battling has had an incredible overhaul in this new game, and obviously it's looking a lot more futuristic here, but I really want to focus on the way the battling will now resemble battling seen in the series. As you can see in this clip, you can actually help your Pokemon dodge another Pokemon's attacks, which means there will be a lot more depth now to Pokemon battles and they will be a lot more exciting. What's further is, it's quite funny that you will be doing this in the city wherever you are, because it means you could be disturbing someone's daily commute by having a battle in a random area, unless they have restricted areas. One other exciting thing is Mega Evolution is actually returning. Now, in the trailer we are not shown any new Megas, but we see a lot of them will be returning, and to be honest, I believe that these starters were chosen so that they could give new Megas to them. Your rival, or what they've reworded as friend, I think honestly with the design, they've made it more friendly, looking like Paldea. I'm indifferent to this change, but yeah, they've made the rival this pink-haired one, and it depends on the gender you start with at the start, and I assume if you pick the boy character, you will get the tawny and, vice versa. This was confirmed on the website. We are also shown these strange-looking individuals from some Quasarito Inc., and they are the ones heading a Lumio City redevelopment plan, which I think you will be playing a big part in, but they almost seem malicious. I believe these two will actually be using urban development for a different motive, and that is probably why we see Zygarde in the trailer, traversing around the rooftops, because I think you and Zygarde will play the part in stopping the malicious plan, although I don't see any descendants or anyone who looks like the villain from Team Flare, probably because this is not a prequel, so they can't really go that way, which is why I believe these are the main villains. Another thing that's really exciting is the return of AZ. Now, AZ is 3,000 years old, as written in his description, and AZ's Floette, or AZ, according to how I would pronounce his name, is now actually in the games. So they're finally using the model, and now they've actually explained why it looks different on the homepage. It is called the Eternal Flower Floette, and it is also 3,000 years old. In the more detailed overview video, we can see AZ standing there, and yes, he is crouching indoors. And actually, in the storyline, we will be staying at Z Hotel, which he owns. So yeah, he is ridiculously tall, and they've actually scaled him for the game. The game graphics actually look really smooth. Pokemon can actually be caught in these wild zones here, and the catching mechanics seem to emulate those seen already in Legends Arceus, although they seem to be a little bit less interesting, although obviously the battling seems much more interesting because you can move your Pokemon around. Here we see a trainer running out of the way and his Vivian is following him, so we can imagine that you would move around and your Pokemon would follow you if you want to dodge an attack. Oh, and we see this little Zygarde core just slithering around at the top of this area, so I would also imagine that you'd be walking around collecting the cores, ready to make yourself a complete form or 50% form Zygarde. The game will be coming out in late 2025, so after exam season for people who have exams, which is great, but also a little bit delayed, but that's alright. I just hope the game is as good as it looks right now. And also it's on Nintendo Switch. They haven't even written Nintendo Switch 2, so we're all safe. However, at the end of the trailer, we get this cryptic little video here. We see a Rotom phone. It looks like an iPhone now. And it says something about a promotion match, which didn't come in the video, and shows this. Now, we can only hope that by promotion match, we're thinking of like a Pokemon League or something like that. I personally hope that since they've revamped battling, they also revamped the tournament to make it seem more like a regional tournament rather than the small scale it looks like right now. More like how Ash is trying to become the champion rather than, how it feels in the game. Here there's an implication that maybe you will be able to customize how you wear your keystone. So some people might wear it as a stud earring. I don't think I'll be doing that. I think I might wear it on a hat or something. Or on a bracelet, as, you do. But yeah, this looks customizable, or they're talking about the characters. The other ones. On a final note about Legend ZA, or ZA, I believe that Prism Tower is definitely going to play something big in this game again. They have put a lot of emphasis on it in lots of the shots, as along with Hotel Z. But yeah, it just seems like the amount of emphasis they're putting on the website, there has to be some connection to the story there. We might see someone weaponize it again, or we might see a whole different problem. But I think the biggest problem is that we're using Pokemon attacks in the city. Like, imagine someone's used Stone Edge, and obviously, because its accuracy is terrible, it's missed, and it's hit you while you're drinking your morning tea. That doesn't sound very pleasant. And Rain Dance as well, imagine that. You could just terrorize everyone's day by using Rain Dance. Looks like the first thing I'm doing is bringing Primal Groudon so that we've got Desolate Land. So that no one can dare to set up anything like that. The next big announcement was Pokemon Champions. Now, some people, this looks like a reskinned Pokemon Stadium, but obviously we all know this is just a counter to Pokemon Showdown, as it's going to be free most likely. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if competitive Pokemon shifts to this app as they announce connectivity with Pokemon Home. So you can transfer your Pokemon Home Pokemon, play in formats, things like that. Basically, I think they're trying to kill Pokemon Showdown usage, and since they know people are playing Pokemon for free anyway, they'd rather do it on their own platform, which Pokemon owns. In this shot, we can see Mega Evolution and Terastallization happening at the same time, so it looks like you can use mechanics from different regions at the same time in this game. I don't know how they're going to explain Dynamax, like they're going to have to say Eternatus just left a big rock here or something, so then you can Dynamax on this island. But yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. Competitive Pokemon's going to be free to everyone. The scene is going to become obscene. The logo looks a bit default, but yeah, the concept is crazy. Didn't think they'd do this. And there you go, iOS, Android, Switch. If this is paid, then our beloved Pokemon Showdown will take the dub here, but I honestly think it's going to be free for the most part. I mean, what could they possibly charge you for using weakness policy? There are your characters. They don't exactly look like hardcore trainers to me. They look a bit, they don't look very strong, but you know what? It's supposed to appeal to everybody, and not everybody looks like Lance or anything like that. Yep, they haven't given much more information here either, but I have to say the graphics, they look really impressive. So if you're running, I don't know, iPhone SE, or you've got some Temu phone, I don't know, I don't think you should be playing this game. I'd honestly think this game is for people with higher end phones, but again, it's free. And I'm sure somehow people will be able to port it to computer. Finally, to wrap up the video, I'd like to remind you to collect this gift. Obviously, while I'm telling you, I'm probably going to forget to do it myself. And if you're interested, you can go for these red, blue, and green coloured Pokemon outbreaks. And if you're really jobless, you can do these Terra Raid battle events, or if you haven't collected your free ones from Pokemon Home, you can go and get the starters. And Meowscarada starts tomorrow, so go and get that if you need to. Oh, and just a little snippet that I just realised. Here it says connect, it doesn't say send, deposit, withdraw. What I'm thinking is, you just have Pokemon, you just put them into Home, I bet you can just use them. They don't go out of Home, like you can still access them, so it's not a hassle of putting it into Champions, it's connect, so that seems very convenient. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, this was one of the most exciting announcements ever, in my opinion, and I can't wait to get my hands on this game. I hope you guys can't wait too, and if you like the video, please like. If you didn't like the video, please feel free to dislike my video, and I will be seeing you on the next one. At this rate, it seems I'll be playing Pokemon Champions before I'll be playing Pokemon Legends ZA, but we will see. Again, thank you for watching. Bye.